So this is an intro to graphing hyperbolas. So we're not going to talk about foci. We're going to get just a nice quick rough sketch from each of these graphs. And so what you want to look at here is we have this shape here, and then there's a box. And this box is formed the same way we did our ellipse. So if you look at it, we have some distance A and then some distance B here, same as before. So our denominators will tell us which it is. And again, x still belongs to A. So you're going to go A units left, A units right, B units up, B units down. But there's a difference now. So if x goes first, you notice our graph opens in the x direction. It has x-axis symmetry. And if it has y first, then it opens in the y, and it has that y-axis symmetry. And so that's the difference. So let's try one. So again, the first letter that comes first, the positive one, that's the direction we open. So our first one is x squared, and that means we're going to open in the x direction. So our a here would be 2, and our b is 3. And so that means we're going to go 2 units to the right, 2 units to the left, 3 units up, 3 units down. But before, you would draw an ellipse here. So we would draw our normal ellipse, but we're not. So on this one, what we're going to do is draw a box. Like this. Okay? And so what that box gives us is 2 asymptotes. We have an asymptote going this way and an asymptote going this way. And now all this is supposed to be dotted, but this is intro to it. So we dot the things that are not part of our graph. And so these are our asymptotes as well. All right. So how do we graph it now? So we have 4 points on here. And the points we're going to use are the ones that go first. So this means x goes first. This is our vertices. We're at that point. So that's our vertice. It's on the x-axis. And so then you use the asymptotes that you created with the box to graph it. And our graph approaches it. Does not, and so I don't want to see this. I mean, you have asymptotes on there. You need to make sure that your graph approaches them. Don't cross it. Just approach it. Nice shading motion as you go through, a sketching motion. And there's your graph. So our graph will move out. So let's look at this in Desmos. So you can see this is our graph. And so what I'm talking about here is that those are your vertices. So it's 2 units left, 2 units right, and they go off. And our graph, you see it approaches that asymptote. It looks like it's getting closer and closer and becoming it, but it's not. It's always going to be very, very close to it. All right. And so if I had taken and switched it, so we put the y first, now it opens in the y direction. But you notice the box doesn't change. It's the same box, it's just whoever comes first. So if x goes first, x is the positive, opens in the x. If y goes first and then y is the positive, it opens in the y. That's the only difference. So since x went first, it opens in the x. So now we're going to switch them around. We're going to put the y first. And so now our b is 3 and our a is 2. Right? But now these are where your vertices go. So we're going to do this one the correct way now. So we're going to go 2 left and 2 right, 3 up, 3 down, and we're going to do our little dotted box. So now it's dotted lines because they're not actually true. And then we're going to do our dotted asymptotes. They go through the corners of the box. So you don't just do this. It needs to go through the corners of the box. That looks horrible. All right, right through the corners. That's what we're using them for. And now that the y goes first, we start on the y coordinate and we go up. Just make sure it approaches. And then we go down like that. And you're just doing a sketching motion as you do it, like you're sketching around a circle or anything. And there's your graph. So you can see the only difference here is I've switched them. So here the y squared is positive, so it opens in the y. Here the x squared is positive, so it opens in the x. And that's it. So this one, the x is positive, and this one's the y is positive. Thank you.